Hey. There, it's me, Painter CP, and I just hit 55,555 subscribers! Ah yes, I finally made it. It's a milestone every tuber hopes to achieve when they start a channel. To celebrate, I've decided to host another Q&A session. Last time I did that was when I hit 3K like 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Huh. 2 years ago. So I'm gonna do another one now. It's gonna be 55 questions long. I have no idea how much time that's gonna take. Wait, what am I wearing? I can't look like this for my special 55,555 subscriber milestone video. That's better. Okay, on to question. Whoa. Just get the text right. Question 1. How long does it take to make an animation? It depends on the video. I guess I'd say on average right now it's like a couple months per video, 2 to 3 months. Like my latest Kirby video, Discussed, that one took me a few months because, you know, not only was I in school while I was making that, but also it was fully colored, the backgrounds were fully detailed. But then something like The Pig That Can't Do Math, that one took like 3 weeks maybe. It is fully colored, but it's just like one static shot, and there's not really a ton of animation going on there. While my really short videos like the Bible video that I did a couple years back, that one took like 2 days. Question 2. Now this question 2 is kind of 2 questions, but it has 1 answer, so I'm gonna answer the 2 of them as 1 question. So, is it refreshing and fun to see your animation is done, and what pushes you to work? I'd say it's definitely, whenever I finish a video, it's like really satisfying to like see that I made something out of nothing pretty much. And the reception that it gets, you know, when I see comments of people saying like, oh, I thought this was really funny, or you know, I thought this part was cool, I like this drawing, like, that just puts a smile on my face, and it makes it all worth it. It's hard work, but I'd say that makes it worth it, and that's really what motivates me. What video are you most proud of? I'd say Birthday to Decagon 5, I Never 19 Wine. I'm pretty proud of that. It was an idea that I came up with just on my own. It wasn't really based on anything else. It's just a story and characters that I created. I think there's some good art, some good humor in there. I think I struck a pretty good tone. I like its sort of spooky Halloween-y vibe it gets towards the end. So I'd say that's a video I'm pretty proud of. I could show that to anyone and be like, look what I made, you know? As a sort of secondary answer to this question, Slime Time is a video that I'm really impressed with. I don't want to sound narcissistic, but I couldn't. People always say like, oh, I watched this video and it makes me so happy, and it has that effect on me, and I don't even know. Sometimes I watch Slime Time and I'm like, how did I do this? This is like lightning in a bottle. I might say Slime Time is my most irreplicable video. Irreparable. Where do you usually get ideas for your projects? Honestly, most of the time, stuff just kind of comes to me. And when it does come to me, I have like this Google Doc where I'll just, if I think of a video idea, I'll just write it down on there, and I'll come back to it later. And bouncing off of that last question, sort of, what inspired your laughter animations? Said laughter animations being my Kirby short laughter video and my Disgust video. So how that came about was, I think around the time Kirby Star Allies came out, I downloaded every single sound effect and voice clip in the game, and I would just sometimes listen to them for fun, like a maniac, I guess. And certain voice clips have such, you know, they either have like visceral emotion behind them or they just sound kind of cute or funny. And it sort of gets my imagination churning, wondering like, whoa, what kind of context could I apply to this to make this really funny? Another where do your ideas come from question. How did you get the idea to make Kirby shorts based on Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Now, answering this question made me realize the very first one of these I did, which was with Highness in the Bible, was not an idea I actually thought of myself. I know, I feel like a freak plagiarist, stealing ideas and claiming them to be my own. And I can't focus with this. Turn this music off. So a Twitter bud of mine named Nash, here's his made this tweet that put Kirby and Highness from Kirby Star Allies in this scene from Aqua Teen Hunger Force with Meatwad and Master Shake reading the Bible, and I thought that was pretty funny. So like a day or 2 days later, I had finished this animation that realized this idea. I stole it pretty much. I stole the idea. and the views on that thing just skyrocketed, and I got a lot of comments of people saying that Kirby with Meatwad's voice is pretty funny and works pretty well, and people wanted more Kirby with Meatwad's voice. So since then, I will every now and then I'll just look at a bunch of Aqua Teen Hunger Force stuff and see if any of it like clicks, if any of it I think really works with the world of Kirby. I won't do it unless it really works, which is why I haven't like put out a bunch of them. If you were to get a voice actor to star in one of your animations, who would it be? Well, keep this on the down low, but I really want to get Jerma985 to do some voices for a video I'm working on. So hopefully that works out. I think he's a really funny guy and has good voices. What's on your desk currently? Well, let's take a look. Okay. There's a lamp, nail clippers, barber scissors, a wallet, heart sunglasses, an Amazon catalog, a 25th anniversary edition UHF Blu-ray. What drawing tablet or software would you recommend? Now, okay, the thing with this question is, I think it kind of doesn't matter when you're starting out. If you want to start doing animation, I'd say the best way to start is to just use what you have. Invest in maybe like a cheap drawing tablet with a cheap drawing software and a cheap video editing software, maybe a free video editing software that comes with your computer. I mean, that's how I started out. I was using Windows Movie Maker for the longest time. Now, as I've gotten more skilled over time, I've upgraded the kind of programs and hardware I use. But when you're starting out, I'd say don't worry too much about that. Just start doing it. A roll of toilet paper, a bag of stale Twizzlers, a bag of candy corn, a bag of hair, a Kirby pencil bag. Are Kirby games your favorite to play, or do you prefer other franchises? Yes, they are my favorite to play. I could play Kirby like any day of the week. Besides Kirby, what is your favorite video game series? This may come as a surprise, because I've never made a video about this series, but Sonic the Hedgehog. I just love that fun, speedy hog action, you know? Have you ever fallen in love with a fictional character? I don't know if I'd say love, but how do you animate so good? Well, firstly, I'd like to say I'm awfully flattered, but, years of experience, just doing it, you know, if you do something enough, then you sort of get the hang of it more. Also, I'd say watch cartoons and animation, whether that's like in movies or TV or on the internet. I think it's both a good way to get inspiration, but also a nice way to sort of pick up on certain techniques animators like to use. And let me tell you, we love us some good techniques, am I right? A Kirby towel, a never open still shrink wraps Blu-ray of Teen Titans Go Season 1, a plastic dinosaur, a pharmacy receipt. Why are you always tired, even in your animations? Well, okay, Clancy from Midnight Gospel. Listen here, you don't know me, okay? You don't know if I'm tired all the time. You don't know if well, even if I was tired, maybe, let's say I am tired, okay? It's tiresome work. I'm an animator, okay? We're all tired. You talk to any animator. Ask any animator if they're tired. They're always gonna be tired. We're all tired. Sheesh. Are you supposed to be like Paint Roller? Yeah. When I first made my YouTube account when I was like 13, I made my icon a picture of Paint Roller. It was art from Kirby Canvas Curse. I don't know exactly why. I think just because he painted and I liked drawing, so yeah, there you go. What's your favorite Kirby boss? Not Paint Roller, actually. It's a fine boss, but not my favorite. I'd go with the 3 Mage Sisters fight in the Heroes in Another Dimension mode from Kirby Star Allies, where you're fighting them all at once. I just think visually, like, the setting of it is really cool looking. I like the idea of fighting them all at once, because it sort of rewards you for memorizing their attack patterns from earlier in the game. Which, honestly, like, Kirby bosses usually don't ask much of you, so it makes it probably one of the hardest bosses in the whole series. I love how it closes out the story with a good ending if you get enough friend hearts. And I love the music that plays in that fight. A TV remote, Bluetooth headphones, an alarm clock, a Nintendo Switch, an undelivered envelope, an Amazon Kindle Fire. How many times have you seen the game over screen in a random game? A random game. I know what to do. I'll just use my random game selector to give me a random game so I can answer the question. Let me just put in some coordinates. Rogue Legacy. I've never played this game. So, 0 times. Hey, do you know what Hollow Knight is? If so, what are your opinions on it? I know what it is. I've never played it. I don't really know much about it. It's got good art. Do you have a favorite fruit? Yeah, I love citruses. So that's oranges, lemons, tangerines, clementines. I love all that stuff. What's your favorite Kirby character? I'd say that's between King Dedede, Bandana Waddle Dee, and Taranza. What's your favorite Kirby game? This is actually in my frequently asked questions in the section of my channel description. I'm sure many of you have not read. But I'd say it's between Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Planet Robobot, and Star Allies. Return to Dreamland and Star Allies just have a lot of sentimental value to me. But I think Robobot is probably, like, in terms of raw game design, that's probably, like, the best designed Kirby game. Who's your favorite Kirby character? Answer that game, answer that, or ability. Okay, ability. Conceptually, I really like Needle. I think Needle is kind of underrated. I don't know, it's a very simple ability functionality-wise, but I just like the idea of, like, you know, shooting out a bunch of spikes from your body. I also like Spark. Again, functionally similar to Needle. Very simple, but I like the concept of it a lot. And Tornado. Where did your love of Kirby originate from? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. Okay, actually, maybe I have some ideas. My first game was Squeak Squad, because I had a Nintendo DS, so maybe it was that. But I had other Nintendo DS games. I guess just something about Kirby really appealed to me. You know, you being able to eat, like, enemies and take their powers. And I don't know. The anime was also on TV when I was a kid, and there was a lot of, like, internet, like, parodies of it and, like, AMVs. So I think I just grew up at the right time to get into Kirby. When was the last time you jumped?
Well, rewind the video and find out.
Are you still going to make a Kirby animation with Mr. Floaty? Yes, definitely. That's still on the back burner right now. I'm not currently working on it, but it's something I definitely want to finish. It's a video I've mentioned a few times on this channel. It's the same video as the one with, Adeline in the Squeak Squad. I've been talking about this thing for like 2 years now, but I promise I'm gonna finish it someday. It's just, I've plotted the animatic for it. It's gonna be like 6 minutes long. It's gonna take a while to finish, but I still want to do it. A pack of stickers, a Comic-Con exclusive animation domination themed Bob's Burgers pin, a ruler, another pair of sunglasses, a Toy Story 3 DVD, a Nostalgia Critic Reloaded DVD, a Rugrats Mysteries DVD. What a desk! What are your thoughts on Kirby Fan Characters? Okay, to be honest, when I first read this question, my answer would have been, I'm completely neutral on the idea. I don't really have any fan characters of my own. But, since then, I've actually kind of, sort of, come up with some fan characters that I'd love to share. Okay, so look at this. This is Bandana Knight and King Popopo. They're Bandana Waddle Dee and Kirby in the future. Kirby grows up to be the king of Dreamland, and he gets fed in his castle all day. He's kind of retired from his hero adventuring work. And Bandana Waddle Dee has become a knight, like Meta Knight, because he's all about, like, training hard and fighting. Usually, I think when people think of, like, future versions of the Kirby world, they usually think Kirby's gonna go down the path of Meta Knight, and Bandana Waddle Dee is gonna go down the path of King Dedede, just because those are, like, their respective mentors. But, you know, I was thinking about their actual, like, personalities, and I honestly think it'd be the inverse. I think Bandana Waddle Dee would become the knight, and Kirby would become the king. This also sort of ties into the idea I had about King Dedede and Meta Knight having some kind of history with each other, where they used to be buddies that would save the day, like Bandana Waddle Dee and Kirby do in the present day. But that's, like, I can't even get into that right now. Okay, that's like How do you feel about having this many subscribers? I gotta say, it's pretty terrific. Will you make more animations with the Mage Sisters? I'm not really planning for it at the moment, but it could happen. Or they might show up in, like, the backgrounds of other videos, maybe. I don't know. Did you think you would get to where you are now? Well, when I was at, like, 50k subscribers, I could definitely see the 55,555 milestone over the horizon. But, like, when I was starting out, I guess not really. I didn't really expect this to get anywhere. I didn't really start this channel with the intent of, like, having it be my career, more or less. Have you considered doing animations outside of the Kirby universe? I assume this means parodies of, like, video games that aren't Kirby? Because I do make videos that, like, aren't Kirby related. Like the pig that can't do math. You know, that one? But in terms of, like, other video game parodies, I have one planned in the future. I'll say it. It's a Sonic video. I'm gonna make a Sonic animation. Why do you make funny videos of Mario and Kirby? It gets views. I mean, I don't want to be shallow and say that's the only reason. But I wouldn't have this many subscribers if I never made funny Kirby videos, so that's just the fact of the matter. Which is fine. I really like making Kirby videos. I wouldn't make videos that I don't like making. What would you like to see in the next Kirbo? I assume that means the next Kirby game. A 3D platformer. I think that's definitely in the makings. When is the next Kirby short? I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. I don't know. It's gonna happen though. People always ask like, oh, make another Kirby animation, do it again. You don't have to ask me. Please, you don't. I'm gonna keep doing that. Okay? I like making them. I'm not just gonna stop making them, okay? If I ever plan on like never making a Kirby video ever again, I'm gonna say it. It's gonna be a formal announcement. Guys, I'm not gonna be doing this again. And hey, I have yet to say anything like that, so you don't gotta worry, okay? Slime time? Yeah, slime time. How did you start your channel? Well, the first animation I ever did for this channel was Birthday Dodecagon, the Grand 15. Basically, the joke behind that, which I've never really explained, was... So, around that time, I had a lot of friends online, and it was sort of customary for, like, if it was someone's birthday, you'd make gift art for them. We were like artist friends. And so the joke behind that was I was sort of making gift art for myself. I made this whole animation that was celebrating the fact that it was my own birthday, which I thought was kind of cheeky and funny. And that was originally just gonna be like, just sort of like an inside joke thing that I'd share with my friends and like classmates at school. And then I decided to make it an annual thing for a while. And then I also started doing other animations in between those. And that eventually sort of snowballed into what this channel is today. Will you do a Let's Play? What's going on, guys? It's me, Master CP, the greatest gamer in the kingdom of Let's Play. Today, guys, we are back with another episode of Among Us. So we're gonna be doing some tasks, gonna be looking out for any sus activity. Were you popular in school? I guess so, in like a clownish way. I wasn't like a jock or anything, but I feel like I amassed this sort of cult where people either thought I was funny or hated me. And hey, you know, if you're not that popular in school, don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't really matter too much. It'll pass. You'll be out of school, and none of that is really gonna make a difference. Is this your job, or is it just a hobby? Yeah, it's my job. This is how I make all my money. Yep. How do you balance school and art? Poorly. Not poorly. Here, you know what I have to do? I have had a lot of conflicts where I'm sort of stuck between wanting to do art, but then also having to do school. And what I've come to is that I'm doing college right now, and just taking like a minimal amount of classes at a time is what usually works out for me. Like a 3 maximum, that's all I can handle. If I do any more than 3, I think I'd lose my mind. Will you make a special video when you get 69,696 subscribers and post the video 69 hours after you hit it? No, I don't think I will. If you could have any of your joints be double jointed, which one would it be and why? I don't know. People have double jointed fingers a lot. Is that the only place you can be double jointed in? I guess you have like an elbow. Legs. I'll have double jointed legs, so I could stretch them and... I don't know, what kind of question is this? What is? Now, I think about questions like this a lot, where you sort of question what defines the state of being and existence. You know, if the whole universe is a simulation, what does that mean for us? And honestly, I think my stance on this is, if the whole universe was a simulation, I don't think that would really matter. I mean, there's really no way to prove it, and that's such a, like...
Right.
You know, whatever. I exist to myself.
Right.
And I'm perceiving the things around me.
Yeah.
And I'm interpreting these things, and I think that's what matters. I think reality is defined by its inhabitants being able to perceive it as such.
Absolutely.
And that's really what matters at the end of the day. What Kirby game did you grow up with? Well, I already mentioned that my first Kirby game was Kirby Squeak Squad on the DS. Another Kirby game I played when I was a kid, there was this Kirby Fan game that ran on Adobe Flash, rest in peace. And there were not a lot of Kirby fan games at the time, I don't think. There was a lot of Mario fan games, a lot of Sonic fan games, but like very few Kirby fan games. But there was this one that I remember playing that I just thought was really neat, just because I don't think I really owned a ton of Kirby games at the time, so it was nice being able to play this. It was really simple. It was one stage long. There was only a few abilities that you could get. I think it was made by the same person as Ultimate Flash Sonic, if anyone played that game. But then, when I was like 11 to 12, Kirby's Return to Dreamland came out. And that was a Kirby game that I was really looking forward to. And yeah, I remember playing that a bunch on this little CRT TV that I had, and I loved it. I really loved it. That's why I said that game holds a lot of sentimental value to me. It's one of my favorites. Chicken or burger? Now in terms of the food, I prefer burgers generally. However, in terms of the word, like chicken, I think chicken is a pretty good word. Chicken. You know, it's good to say. Burger, I think that's a failure of a word. I think people who don't speak English probably think that burger is a really, like, strange and awkward word. So you have, like, these two sounds in the word that are, like, right next to each other, separated by a G, which is, I think, as a very weak consonant, really, like the G. You gotta go, like, soft on it, or else it'll be burger. So you come out with this, like, burger. You're almost skipping over the consonant, and it just sounds really weird, burger. If I made the word burger, I would change it to be, what would I make it? Bugger, bagger, burger, baker, beaker. Those are all better words than burger. Burger. I don't like saying it. I don't like saying that word. Burger. Ugh, it's just not satisfying. It's an awkward word. Awkward word. How much do you like Kirby? This much. Is Slime Time a time for Slime and Gooey, or just Slime and Gooey got invited? I think Slime Time is just, it's not really a designated time really, it's just a feeling. It's like Christmas, you know? If you're a slime and you're having a time, then it's Slime Time. Make a face show. Well, that's not really a question. And
we are live with the Face Show tonight, hosted by me, The Face. Let's bring on tonight's guest. Give it up for Han. All right, Han. So tell me, what do you? Okay, that's enough.
Where do you live? I need your exact location to KI, and then it cuts off. Never mind. I presume this was going to say to kiss you on the head and stay over for a wonderful dinner, but that would disobey social distance guidelines, and so I will not comply. Besides, good luck finding this place! I don't even know where I am. What is your first meme vid? Now, I kind of like this question because it's sort of, it makes some assumptions, I think, that, okay, like, this person is new to my channel, right? So is it expected of every YouTube channel to have a meme vid? And they're just assuming that my first one has yet to come? Or are they asking me if I've already made a meme vid and they just want to know which of my videos is the meme video? Or wait, you know what? They might be asking, like, animation memes. A lot of channels do, like, animation memes. Okay. I don't really plan on doing any of those. I mean, they're cool, but it's not really my thing. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Do you like your career? Yeah, I do. I really like it. I'm glad that I'm doing this. What is your favorite drink? I really like orange soda. You know what? Water. I'm gonna say water. Water is a very good drink. It's very hydrating. If you're feeling crummy, maybe you can just drink a big glass of water and that'll make you feel better. Water is great. There's never a bad time for water. Yeah, if you're listening to this right now, go drink some water. I don't care if you just had like 3 glasses today. Go drink another one. It's good for you. Do you plan on doing the Owl House animations? No, I don't. I actually have not watched Owl House. I don't really keep up with new shows. I haven't kept up with a new show in a while, actually. I guess the newest thing that I'm watching, Adventure Time Distant Lands. Well, that's not really a new, that's based on like an old thing. The newest show that I watched that's like not based on an old thing. Everything's kind of based on an old thing. I was gonna say DuckTales. That's a reboot. I guess no, that's a reboot. It's not a continuation, it's a reboot. DuckTales 2017. That's the newest thing I watched. Actually, no, the Animaniacs reboot. I've been watching the Animate. Wait, what was I answering? Aha, here we are. The single most asked question when I proposed this 55,555 subscriber milestone Q&A video. So many people want to know this. Okay, this is how I came up with my YouTube channel name, PainterCP. Well, this is actually kind of a loaded story. It all started a long time ago. I'd say somewhere around the year 2007. Hold on, wait. I started answering this question and I realized that this is just, there's so much weight behind this answer that this could be like an entire video on itself. So I'm going to save the answer to this, but you're going to find out soon. Or not soon. I don't know. You're gonna find out eventually. What are your future plans for this channel? So if you look back at the year of 2020 for my channel, there's less uploads than there was in 2019 in general, and I chalk that up to the kinds of videos I made this past year. I did a lot of like minute-long plus videos, a lot of videos that are like fully colored with like detailed backgrounds, and they're all pretty good. I'm proud of them, but I'm realizing that if I make videos like that, then my output's going to be a lot slower, and I don't necessarily want to have a super slow output. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's like my New Year's resolution. I want to make at least one video per month. Now this will definitely mean I'm going to have a lot more videos that are on the shorter side with, you know, not so much detailed backgrounds, maybe not a lot of colors, which is fine, I think. I think people like that kind of stuff. I think people like smaller things. The attention and love that people have for what you create isn't always necessarily bound to how much time and effort you put into it, so I just want to keep that in mind in this coming year. So yeah, monthly videos. So be on the lookout for that. And for the 55th and final question, how's life at the moment? You know, times have been tough for a lot of people. I mean, I don't need to explain why, I don't need to drone on about it. But for me, you know, it's been alright. Things have been fine. I've been well. I've been keeping safe and healthy, and I've been able to do my job still, animation. And I'm pretty fortunate in a lot of ways in my life, so I can't really complain too much. I wouldn't really say my day-to-day lifestyle has changed all that drastically. I mean, growing up even, I was pretty used to having a lot of alone time, a lot of free time. Both my parents were working, and I didn't have any siblings, really, so I stayed pretty introverted. Though sometimes I do wonder, what if I did have a sibling? Would I be happier now, or would I be less happy? 'Cause, you know, sometimes siblings drive you insane. I don't know. It could be nice, maybe. Man, what would a sibling of mine even look like? I mean, that's weird to imagine. Someone who kind of looks like me, but not exactly. Like a different person, but has all my DNAs. Well, I bet we'd probably both have the same adorable, gorgeous eyes, and a warm, positive outlook on life. Oh, don't forget the iconic fluffy hair. Just gonna add some color to that. Rosy red cheeks to symbolize innocence. Video, I'm doing a video. Okay, as you can see, I've run out of things to say, so I'll end it here. That's 55 questions. Thank you everyone for 55,555 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. Now I technically hit the milestone like a little while ago now, but this video kind of took a while to put out. I had to make all these props and stuff and film all these sketches. So yeah, like I said, monthly uploads now. This counts as a monthly upload, so this is your January video, everyone. And I hope you take care, and that's all. Okay, bye bye. Bye.